It's Geekazine's coverage of NAB 2014, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Otherworld Computing, celebrating 25 years.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine.com. Think Magazine, put in a geek. You got Geekazine. We've got day one of NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters. This is the place for videographers, for radio personalities, for people that want to make movies, that want to make TV shows, and much more. They come here to find out about the products, the tips, the tricks, and all that other good stuff. They got sessions to learn a little bit more about what's coming in the 4K and upcoming 8K video, and of course lots of cool bits and pieces to do recording a little bit easier, to do your video recording a little bit easier, and a lot more. I got some great interviews on day now. Now, of course, my focus being for the podcaster, video broadcaster like myself, somebody that wants to build up their system so they can go out to events like this and actually record and do interviews like I do at Geekazine.com and YouTube.com/Geekazine. It's a lot of fun, and I'll tell you how much I learn is just amazing, and how much I can apply to a podcasting, videocasting realm is just as equally amazing as it can be. Plus, I get to geek out on a lot of things I don't normally get to see, like, for instance, jibs and cranes and stuff like that. I got to see a lot of stuff like the M5, which is this device that you put your DSLR or your other camera into, and you can move around, and it keeps it nice and steady. Of course, I got to see the hovercraft that they have, and then of course these little land things that could drive up to 50 miles per hour beside a car or beside a skateboarder or something like that, and get that steady shot, and that was amazing. I got to learn a little bit more about lights and directions of lights and using that, and products that I thought that were pretty simple, straightforward, aren't as much. I got to learn about Paladin now. I learned about Paladin a couple months ago, and they have a new system out there for that you can put any type of software on for streaming. You can put any type of software on for post-production, and they have it in a nice portable rig. So you can go out to an event like this, set up your streaming rig, do all your video, control it through your iPad, and then when the day is done, you just pack it right up, you close the case, and you go on from there. I got to talk to a lot of microphone companies. I got to talk to a lot of video companies. I got to talk to a lot of different companies that do things that don't normally fall in my radar, and that's pretty cool. And then, of course, I stopped at the Panasonic booth where friends John and Kelly were actually doing some interviews with the Panasonic group, so got to take a couple pictures of them and posted them up on plus.google.com/plus Jeffrey Powers. So that's been day one. Now, if you've ever been to the Las Vegas Convention Center, you know it's big. And if you've ever been to CES, you know that it's 33 football fields worth of content. NAB I'd say about 25 to 30 football fields. Not as big, but they've got a lot of content there. A lot of things that you don't normally use, and a lot of things that you didn't realize that they had, and a lot more. A lot of fun. I can't believe how much cool content I got, all the interviews that I got. And the one thing that was really most interesting is how people don't realize that my camera rig is actually on and walking. In fact, I'm right next to a wall. Nobody's going to walk through my camera shot here, but almost every interview I did today, somebody walked. In fact, so this one woman walked up and she started doing this. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, and then she turns and goes, oh, you're doing an interview? Oh, I'm sorry. Today, what I did was I scoured through the Central Hall, I scoured through the North Hall. Now, a lot of stuff, like I said, there's an area that's talking about 8K. We're getting into 4K, so 8K is a few years out, but some companies are getting ready for it. And then they're talking about TV production stuff, and that kind of that's stuff I stayed away from because most of that's big money. They're meant for TV stations or big production companies. But I found some really cool stuff for the podcaster, really cool stuff for the amateur broadcaster to create their studio at a low price, and that's pretty cool. Of course, all this great action is brought to you by our friends over at OWC, Other World Computing, because you can't always get a brand new Mac, you can't always get a brand new production system, so you have to upgrade what you've got. And the best part is they have the memory, they have the SSDs to actually make your computer run faster, run better in the environment that you're in. You got a brand new Mac Pro, instead of paying for the high price for Mac memory, you can get OWC memory at a fraction of a price and get a lot more memory out of that deal. They have a lot more over at the website. You can check it out. Of course, if you're looking to buy a refurbished Mac or something like that, they've got stuff like that too. Stuff for your iPhone, stuff for your PC. Did you know you could put an SSD into an old PC using an adapter? I didn't know that. Now I do. Check it out. Go over to geekazine.com/OWC. Geekazine.com/OWC and find out what they got. And then tell me your story. You want to save your Mac? Use the hashtag SaveMyMac. And tell me why you need memory, and we'll talk about it on air over at Geekazine.com. That's over at Geekazine.com/OWC. Well, that's it for today, day one of NAB. What do you think of my shirt, by the way? It's part of my collection. You can check it out over at Geekazine.com if you want to get the shirt. Making your own geek porn, however you want to do it. My name is Jeffrey Powers. You can find me over at Twitter, Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek. Of course, geekazine@gmail.com. Over at plus.google.com/+Geekazine, and then facebook.com/Geekazine. Go ahead and subscribe there. Subscribe at YouTube and much more. Thanks a lot for watching day one. We will be back for day two of NAB tomorrow, so catch it then. Take care.